Jacqui-Lee Pryce for Shadowboxruk UK, here with the lovely Dominic Ingle. How you doing?
I'm okay, thank you.
Lovely. Well, that was a bit heated, the old press conference for Brook.
Yeah, it was a good atmosphere. I mean, people saying this fight's way past its sell-by date, but looking at the turnout today with the press, obviously it's not. It's going to be a cracking fight. You know, they both, speak well. It's a big grudge match, and a grudge match, a genuine grudge match. Always turns out well. There's a lot riding on this, a lot of credibility. Amir speaks really well. He's been around the block. He's boxed everybody. Same with Kel. He's probably had more of a life in the limelight Amir, and Kel's always been the ugly sister, so to speak. But now they're going to get a chance to settle it in less than 12 weeks' time, and it's a great event after Christmas.
Absolutely. Firstly, I've been having a little look on social media, and yes, I think before the fight was announced, perhaps people were like, it's well past its sell-by date. However, I've been having a look, and believe you and me, the British fans are ready for this fight.
Yeah, as time gets closer to the fight, you'll find the talk becomes more positive. They'll see the training footage. There might be bits of sparring released. It'll be building, but it will start to whet people's appetites, and they'll start getting interested. And it's going to be one of them kind of fights that, like, I'm not bothered, but I'm going to have to watch it. I can't miss it just in case. It's always going to be the same. It was the same when Naz boxed. Yeah, they loved him or hated him. Same with Eubanks. You either loved or hated him. Some people tune in to watch him win. Some people tune in to watch him get beat. And it's going to be the same with this fight. A lot of people want Khan to go out on a stretcher. A lot of people want Kel to get beat. And as obviously people want him to win as well. So it's an interesting fight. It's a great British clash. Not at the height of the careers, but when have big fights ever been at the height of careers? Manny Pacquiao, Mayweather, they went at the peak. Klitschko, Lennox Lewis, or Klitschko, Lennox Lewis, Tyson, they went at the peak. So you don't really get those fights. You get them, the odd time you get them, but most of the time it's towards the back end of the fighter's career. But at least it's happening.
100%, and I have to say, I know it's all about selling fights and stuff, the little bit of back and forth that was going on. It seemed a little bit like Kel was allowing it to get under his skin a little bit. But I've known both of those fighters from the amateur days, and I don't really play into these sparring, things, because at the end of the day, sparring is sparring. But this is a legitimate 50-50 fight, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a 50-50 fight. I mean, I think as time's gone on, I think it plays more in Khan's favour as time's gone on, not in Kel's favour. But like I've said before, I've said in a lot of interviews that, the fights that Khan's lost Danny Garcia, he was, sparked out. Same with Canelo, he was a bad knockout. And those knockouts have a cumulative effect as you get older. It's 100% fight. You don't have them kind of, knockouts, and you're all right. It affects you somewhere down the line. He got beat by Lamont Peterson. Kel, when he has been beat, he went in with the best, Golovkin. He finished on his feet. It was an injury, a facial injury. Yeah, he might have got stopped later on. Who knows? You never know. But he didn't. Same with Errol Spence, who now is looking absolutely fantastic. He's beating everybody. A bit sad news that he's got this problem with his detached retina. That might take him out of the game. But when you think Spence was coming through, and he beat Kel, and that was an injury. Kel was in front in that fight, in my opinion.
Absolutely,
and,
he was.
The other side of his face this time, Price, and I think that was a deciding factor. Obviously, he took the Terence Crawford fight. I think it was a fight he shouldn't have probably taken at that time. I don't think he had the perfect camp he should have done, and I think he played into Crawford's hands. He should have done a lot better than he did. I don't think he had a proper game plan. He didn't have a proper trainer. So that it's not the result really is a bit biased. Khan did better, but still got sparked out. And like I say, Kel's still got the power. He's still got his time and he's still got his speed. Khan, has he still got his reflexes? Has he still got the speed? One thing's for sure, he hasn't got the chin. He never has had the chin, and that's not going to get stronger as time goes on. The only way he can protect his chin is to keep out of the way, keep boxing, keep on the back foot, keep it long. And can he do that for 12 rounds against Kel Brook? That's going to be the deciding factor.
Age must play a large part of that, because, like you've just said, Khan has always been very fast hands, really high work rate. However, that possibly has declined over time. And then you've got, obviously, Brook, that, to be fair, the last few fights he's been looking strong. Yeah. His punches are accurate. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And when it came into the sort of the rounds where we had to dig deep, the kid can dig deep,
Yeah,
can't
he
he?
can do, and Amir Khan's had a lot of time out of the ring. He boxed Terence. I think it was 6 rounds he got beaten, maybe, I can't exactly remember.
I think it was 2019 as well, was that not?
And then 6 months after he boxed Billy Dib, and they're saying, well, it was a last minute replacement, it was this, it was that. I can't even remember who the original opponent was, but it wouldn't have been anybody difficult. It would have been a soft touch over in wherever it was, in the United Emirates or whatever, to get Khan back on his feet, and that's really a complimentary fight for him. It was dead easy. Billy Dib's a nice kid, but it was nowhere big enough or good enough to beat Khan. And since then, he's been in the news for his celebrity lifestyle. He's got his missus, the TV series or whatever they're doing. So he hasn't really been training. You've got to keep on it. The thing is, when you get older, you have to keep in the gym. And after Kell got beat by Crawford, he was back in the gym. A couple of months after, but he was back in the gym. And he's been training ever since, on and off. He's been keeping himself in. And when we got news of this fight in the summer, he's trained from the summer all the way through. So he's had a good 12 to 16 weeks already. And he's got another 12 to go. So it's only going to benefit him in the long run. He's had much more of a running start than Khan has.
To be fair, I was in your gym last week, and there was a comment about him looking out of shape, Brook looking out of shape. And to be honest, he looked in great shape the other day, and he was ticking over quite nicely. And I think anybody that underestimates him is a fool.
He's never. To be honest, look, he's out of shape. Maybe 2-3 weeks after his box, he'll eat, he'll drink. That's what they do after fights. But he's in good shape. He's not a bloke, as Khan said. His weight's good. He's got his nutritionist Greg Marriott, who's always done his diet, and keeps him on it. So we know where he is. We know where he is and what place he's at, and we know he's well within striking distance of making that weight and coming in peak condition.
Listen, I'm really excited to see that fight. But listen, on Saturday night, you've got Mr. Bradley Skeete out. Massive fight. I mean, Hamza Sheeraz. I mean, he's been picked as this, super kid. He's strong. Everyone is talking about him. And everyone's saying that this is a last chance saloon for Brad, that he's too old and all sorts of things. You've seen Brad in the gym. You've been seeing over the last year or so. Are people underestimating him?
Yeah, they're underestimating him. Look, boxing's all about timing. On paper, Bradley Skeete has been there, he's done it all. And, I'm referring back to Amir Khan when he boxed Barrera. You look at Amir Khan's record, he beat Barrera. You look at Nazim Ahmed and he got beat by him, you think, wow, Khan must be a better fighter. And it's a bit like Bradley Skeete, it's a bit like a vaccine, really. People are expecting Bradley to be like a watered down version of himself. Yeah, he's a bit older, he hasn't boxed for 2 years. Hamza's coming through, and he's not had a real test, but they're giving him an experienced fighter in Bradley Skeete, who they think he's past his sell by date. Yeah, he has gone a little bit past where he should be. But the question is now, has he still got too much for Hamza, experience-wise, boxing knowledge, ability? Hamza's got the youth, he's got the ambition, whereas Bradley's been there, done it all, and he's trying to make a comeback into it. So it's a bit of a seesaw kind of effect, where we've got to see who's going to turn up on the night. If Bradley Skeete turns up to the best of his ability, then he can win the fight, but the cards are stacked against him. But he knows enough to beat Hamza, and it depends whether Hamza can keep his cool, stick to the plan and get through it. But, he's been looking fantastic in training, Bradley.
Well, I was there the other day and he was looking fantastic in training. He looks, since he's joined your gym, there's been a new lease of life. He's excited to go training every day. Do you think, though, that people really are underestimating him? Because, like you just said, they're expecting because he's old that he's well past his sell-by date. But they're not seeing what we're seeing, are they?
No, they are. They are underestimating him. But look, it's if you go to the bookies will look on past form and everything else and analyse everything, and they won't be giving Bradley a chance. And it's all down to belief with Bradley. Realistically, Bradley sparred him when he was younger. He knows what to expect. Only better, probably harder, fitter. It's just whether Bradley's got it anymore, and we'll only know because the last fight, Bradley, was just a run-out fight, just to get him moving. But it's like riding a bicycle and driving a car. When you're a boxer and you're being around like he is from the amateur days all the way through the pro, you know how to negotiate the rounds and fighters. You know how to get through it, and that he's going to have to draw on all his experience, everything he's got in boxing, and capitalise on that and put it all into place when he fights Sheeraz.
They talk about Sheeraz of going to America and all this amazing sparring. I mean, does that shake you up at all, or not really?
I mean,
Seen
look,
it, done it?
No, you don't matter. You go to America. You go to America, you get slung in. It's all right. You're not on weight. You can be any weight when you're sparring. You go into Freddie Roach's gym. It's like a blooming zoo. Everybody's killing each other. Doesn't mean anything. You can get a lot of damage in sparring. Going to America and then flying back here and acclimatising again and getting up a jet lag is not a good thing. And when people buy into that kind of hype, I'm going to America. Yeah, maybe months away from a fight, and then come back to England and do your stuff. You think about England, boxing-wise, we've got the heavyweight champion of the world, we've got all the best fighters. When you think about it, we've had the best fighters. So, going to America, so what? I've been to America. Big deal. Big deal. It doesn't mean anything.
Sheeraz is very high work rate, sharp with his punches, and likes to keep it long range. How does Bradley Skeete beat him on Saturday?
Well, we can't say that because he's going to be probably watching all your interviews and working out the game plan. So we're not going to divulge that information. Bradley Skeete's going to be Bradley Skeete, and he's going to do what Bradley Skeete does, which is what he always does. So that's whether Sheeraz can handle it or adjust to it or whatever. But we'll see on the night.
Thank you very much for giving us your time.
Thank you.